The Prabhupada connection. How to cure the material disease Prabhupada. So under the circumstances, we should now make combined effort that it can be pushed on more organizedly. I am doing now alone, with the help of these. But no Indians are coming. This is the difficulty. Indian man. I think, with all due respect, many Indians are trying to do things in their own villages or in their own districts. Prabhupada. Nobody is doing. Indian man. Well, I mean, if you had been to Bharatpur recently, about 5,200 beds were there for Netrayaya for the eyes operation. Prabhupada. I know. That I know. But I am speaking of this culture. Indian man. Culture, yes. Indian men, too. That is a difficulty. Everyone is giving. Because in observing karma fella, somebody's taking care of. Indian man. In bhakti and in Prabhupada. But one thing is that we are preaching Bhagavad Gita as it is. In Bhagavad Gita there is no such statement that you take care of the eyes of the people. There is no such statement. That is your manufactured. But we are preaching Bhagavad Gita as it is. That is the difference. Our preaching is that instead of giving relief to the eyes, give him relief in such a way he hasn't got to accept anymore this body with eyes. You cannot make a solution of the problem. Somebody is taking care of the eyes, somebody's taking of the finger, somebody of the hair, somebody of another, genital, and so on, so on. This will not solve the problem. The problem is, as it is said in the Bhagavad, Janma Pujar Vidai Dukadu Nudaranam, BG 13.9. This is intelligence. As soon as you take birth, then you will have eyes, you will have eye trouble, Vidai. Janma Pujar Vidai. If you accept Janma Mpu, then between Janma Mpu there is Vidai and Jar. You have to accept. You may give some relief, but you have to accept. So that is not solution. The solution is how to stop this Janma Mpu Jar Vidai. That is solution. That is bigger solution. So we are giving that thing there will be no more eyes trouble. The main disease. Suppose one man is diseased, so sometimes he is feeling headache, sometimes eye ache, sometimes finger ache, and you are applying some medicine for headache. That is not the solution. The solution is that this man is suffering from this disease. How to cure it? So Bhagavad Gita is meant for that purpose. Tyaktva Deha Punarjanmanati, BG 4.9. And as soon as you accept body kleda, Na estu manayatot mano yam asan API kleda sadeha, SB 5.5.4. Asan API. This body is not permanent. So because the body is not permanent, the disease also not permanent. So Krishna's advice is ts titikasva bh rada. MTR sparas tu kontatu asukha dukadi, BG 2.14. You make the solution that is the greatest solution, that how to stop Janma Mpu. But that they do not know, that this can be stopped. They are simply busy with their temporary problems, and they are taking it as very great. What is great? Suppose if you have got a boil here, simply by pinprick makes blowing sound, will it cure? There must be surgical operation, get out the pus. So this movement is for that purpose. It is not for this Janma Mpu, I mean, temporary jar vidai. That is alright, but Krishna says if we take Krishna's advice, Bhagavad Gita, that is not problem. If there is little trouble, ts titikasva bh rada. Real problem is that Janma Mpu Jar Vidai, BG 13.9, try to stop it. That is intelligence. Tyaktva Deha Punarjanmanati mmati konta, BG 4.9. That is culture. That is education, not to be very much bothered with the temporary. That is not very intelligence. Give them this culture, Krishna consciousness. So we have got this body. So long you have got this body, you may give relief to the eyes, but another trouble will come. It is not guaranteed that by giving them relief to the eyes he gets relief from all kinds of disease. That is go. That will go, going on, Janma Mpu, or MTR sparas tu konta, BG 2.14. So give relief, and the real relief, how to stop. That is our Vedic civilization, that you should not become father, you should not become mother, if you cannot give protection to your children from the cycle of birth and death. Pitnasa Sijajanan na SIT Namokad Yasamu Peta Mtayam, SB 5.5.18. This is real problem. Real culture is that this child has come to me, so we shall train him in such a way that no more accepting body. Because as soon as we accept body, it is very difficult subject matter, of course, to understand, but Bhagavad Gita teaches, Yad Yadhi Dharmasya GL near Bhavati, BG 4.7. When people forget this problem, Janma Mpu Jar Vidai, Krishna personally comes to teach them that this is your problem. Indian men. 3. Guru, just now the problem is of starvation also. Prabhupada. Well, starvation. Suppose you are diseased, and if your father does not give you to eat, well, you have, that is your blessing. Indian men. 2. And what about, he will die or this will go away? Prabhupada. Why you are complaining? Suppose your father, he gives you everything. But when you are diseased, if he said, my dear son, you cannot eat everything, is that starvation? Indian men. 3. But anyway, Prabhupada, first of all give me answer this. Is that starvation? Indian men. 3. No. Prabhupada, this is cure. This is cure. In the Vedas it is said, Nityoniti and Satana Satanam Eko Yoba and Vidadti Kamen Kaha Apani at 2.2.13. God is giving food to the cats and dogs. Nobody is starving. If you are starving, that is your blessing. Indian men. 3. But then, Guru, suppose we see somebody. Prabhupada, we do not suppose. We get the reference to the stra. That is our disease. We don't manufacture. We don't manufacture anything. Our point of view is if there is starvation, then we take it mercy of Krishna. Tatina kam susam kmo bujana eftma tavipkem SB 10.14.8. When we are put into starvation, we take it blessings of God. We don't complain that I did something wrong or there is something wrong, so God has put me into this position. It is His blessing. This is our view. Srila Prabhupada Room Conversation, Bombay, January 8, 1977.